What does it take to score a perfect 300 in bodybuilding? In 1978, Mike Mentzer walked onto the Acapulco stage and made history with the first perfect score ever at Mr. Universe. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how he trained, what he ate, why the judges went all in on him, plus how he tuned the engine for 1979 and tried to perfect the craft heading into the infamous 1980 Mr. Olympia. By 1978, Mentzer had already won Mr. America and was known for champion high-intensity, low-volume training, inspired by Arthur Jones. He wasn't doing the marathon, twice-a-day sessions common in that era. He was doing brief, intense workouts and recovering like it was his job. That year in Acapulco, he took the heavyweight class in the IFBB Mr. Universe with the sport's first perfect score, a result still cited in modern histories. What does a perfect 300 even mean? At the time, IFBB contests were evaluated across multiple rounds: symmetry, muscularity, and presentation, using a 20-point per judge system in each round. Totaling across rounds produced the final score. Dominate all rounds with all judges, and you land a perfect. Mentzer did just that in Acapulco. While the exact panel list for that amateur universe isn't archived online, the IFBB's late 70s and 1980s scoring procedures are well documented in contest analysis from the period that describes the 3-round, 20-point per round framework. In short, he outclassed the field on proportion, density, and on-stage presence across the board. The bodybuilding press later framed 1978 as Mentzer's arrival, the moment his heavy-duty philosophy backed up the talk. Modern retrospectives still highlight the first ever perfect score as a signature milestone in the sport. Even decades later, coverage by historians and journalists call him a maverick who changed the game, underlining how rare that judging sweep was. All right, so what did he actually do in the gym leading into and around that period? From Mike Mentzer's own descriptions of his most productive routine, the one he credits across his late 70s peak, here's the exact split and exercises he used, with 1 to 2 all-out sets to failure per movement, typically 6 to 9 reps, plus intensity techniques like pre-exhaust, force reps, and negatives. Day 1, legs. Leg extensions, leg press, using the pre-exhaust pairing. Then leg curls, standing calf raises, and abs as needed. Day 2, chest, shoulders, triceps. Dumbbell flies to incline press, using the pre-exhaust method. Lateral raises, bent over laterals, lying tricep extensions, and ending with dips. Day 3, back, triceps, biceps. Dumbbell pullovers to close grip, palms up, pull downs, pre-exhaust method. Bent over barbell rows, often using shrugs. Bicep work typically folded into the pull down or row emphasis. Frequency, short, intense sessions, and ample rest. Not daily punishment. Sessions were generally 45 minutes because the load came from intensity, not count. Crucially, Mentzer was a data guy. He kept detailed training logs and emphasized systematic progression. Sources note him formalizing those logs by June 1978, right in the window we're talking about. That record keeping and the hit it hard, then get out and recover cadence were core to why his physique hardened up so dramatically by Acapulco. Diet-wise, Mentzer was not a zero-carb zealot. In his writings, he pushed balanced, calorie-controlled eating with carbs forming the bulk of calories, roughly 50 to 60%. He was decades ahead of the curve in counting calories precisely. He also allowed refined carbs in moderation if they fit the day's calorie budget. Later recalling his late 70s prep, he wrote, "If you're on a well-balanced diet and have a calorie deficit, it will not hurt your weight loss efforts to eat refined carbohydrates, such as ice cream or a candy bar." And he famously noted, "The last 2 weeks before the 1979 Mr. Olympia, I was consuming 200 plus grams of carbs a day, pancakes 3 times a week, and ice cream almost every day, but kept daily calories under 2,000. For 1978 Mr. Universe specifically, the same principles applied: tracked calories, kept carbs in, and avoided extreme restriction. Practical meal examples consistent with his approach: breakfast, oatmeal with skim milk and fruit, or bran muffins with coffee. Lunch, turkey or lean beef sandwich on whole grain, big salad with vinaigrette. Dinner, grilled steak or chicken, baked potato or rice, vegetables. Treat within budget, a serving of ice cream or a small slice of cake if calories allowed. These mirror the foods he described using in contest phases: bran muffins, cake, cookies, ice cream, but inside a strict calorie cap. The key was numbers, not food dogma. Put it together and you see why the panel rewarded him: symmetry and proportion, broad clavicles, dense pecs, insane triceps and delts balanced by a tight waist, muscularity and density. That hit induced hardness and detailed showed everywhere, especially chest and shoulders and back. Presentation, he was composed and deliberate on stage, with posing that showed the structure off round to round. Under a scoring system that weighs shape, condition, and stage control across separate rounds, Mentzer simply checked every box that night, hence a unanimous style sweep to a perfect tally. Post Mr. Universe, Mentzer doubled down on the same template, but with even more respect for recovery. He kept sessions brief, continued pre-exhaust pairings, and used force reps and negatives sparingly but strategically. He also leaned harder into calorie accounting. That's where the famous pancakes and ice cream within 2,000 calories anecdote comes from, showing up in 1979 as the heavyweight winner at Mr. Olympia and, by many accounts, the most defined man on stage. Going into 1980 Mr. Olympia, Mentzer kept sharpening the brief and intense philosophy: fewer working sets, longer recovery if needed, and meticulous diet control. We all know how Sydney ended, a controversial result that Mentzer blasted for years afterwards, and which many historians still describe as the most contentious Olympia ever. He tied for fourth/fifth and walked away. But the underlining method he perfected from 1978 onward, short, savage training plus precise nutrition, outlived the controversy and influenced generations. So, how do you build a physique worthy of a perfect score? For Mike Mentzer, it was intensity over volume, progress tracked in a logbook, and calories counted, not feared. If you want me to break down this routine into a modern, week by week plan you can run, drop a heavy duty in the comments and we'll build it out. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing, like, comment on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.